Welcome to all of you. I would share with you some of my thoughts, some of my connections, just to show you how hilarious this place is. I was talking to Wen Johnson. He's sitting there. Please stand up and acknowledge yourself. Wen is the most distinguished, one of the top attorneys in the state of Michigan, and he goes all over the country as a consultant. Very spiritual soul. He says anything happens to him, nicest things, he says it is from mother. And it's not something he believes in, he knows it. And I was sitting and talking to him, he was asking me, how much check should I write? I said, have I ever asked you to give any money? He said, no, I don't. That's my problem. I cannot do that. Because it causes stress to people, and I don't do that. So he sits there, we were arguing back and forth. I said, listen, if you write a check, people will think I'm harassing you, making you write a check for me. Did I say that? And he's a wonderful soul. He had come a few times to India with me to complete the temples he started before, not now, thousands of years ago. And he's got the wisdom of knowing it. We have access to certain information. He comes once, I remember he traveled 600 miles in an ambassador. Is it okay? Is it working? And he sat there, very, very devoted. And mother gave him a special ring, energized ring. And he tells me, anytime he goes to trial, which looks hopeless, he wins. And he gives mother all the credit because he's not somebody I have to tell anything. He just knows it. It's different than belief system. So that ring, I know that ring, it's blessed by Ganesha, and mother gave it to him. And this is the argument you were having just half an hour ago. I said, don't do that. Don't make people think I'm harassing you and making you check. I never asked you, and he's given over 300,000. He and Dr. Tavaraja, I saw him. They are the major contributors. They've given close to over $300,000 so far. Dr. Tavaraja, where are you? Let them see you. Are you here? I saw him earlier. Okay. Okay, I'll relate beginning of this temple because each one of you is involved. What I'm going to tell you, you won't know it, but know it now. Because she said, all my children who knows me, who invoked me in the past, will come to me and will take you step by step and step. And the origin is about 50 years ago, one of my friends wanted me to meet Nadi. You know, Nadi is a scroll, ancient scroll. The rishis saw us, saw you, saw me, meaning real me, not my mind, body, intellect, ego, my real atmic level. They see the travel of that soul. And this particular, I have researched it. I've seen many, many nadis. This one, where mother brought you people in, that is a conversation between Ganesha and Mother Meenakshi. So Mother Meenakshi is the origin of this temple. So Ganesha asks, tell me the story of the souls who are going to benefit and get to know you. Then she says, then she tells me, she's talking about me. You will be given a privilege to build the house for me. And many of you people, all of you, will join me, and they all invoked me in the past. This time, they will fructify that desire. That means each one of you. That was 50 years ago. I forgot. To me, it was intellectual curiosity. I forgot about that, but she gave me some mantras. I say that, and I continuously energize that. But not as a main part of my life. Then about 25 years ago, she said, time has come. You can start building my house, and I'll give you ability. I know you're not capable, and I know obviously I was not capable. And she said, I will take you step by step, give you and my devotees, each one of you. So this refers to you all, and make you build my house. And this house is for world protection, not for any one of us, for the world, because the world is starting to go through. This was 25 years ago. First information was 50 years ago. At that time, she started appearing, and that deity I have not seen before. That was Mother Adi Parashakti, Karumari Amman. In that form, I have not. Then I went back and read the scroll and said, she's starting to come to you. Strangely, Dr. Keski, who's here, is she here? There she is. She was coming to her, and she, of course, did not know her. So she was asking me, who is deity coming every day and asking me to do what we promised? Then I took the picture and showed it to her, and she was so pleased that she's coming. So she was the one who walked with me in the beginning. And she's a Christian by birth, but she's a spiritual person for a long time. And since she was a child, she was in spiritual path. And spiritual path, there is no religion. We have transcended religion. We are spiritual. All the religions are. Religion is a way of knowing things. So this is the story. 25 years ago it started, and he said this place will be built for the world protection because the world will go through major crisis in this century. We had holiday from 1945 to now. We haven't had any major wars and major deaths, many natural calamities. So I'll protect the world from you. So that is the reason why. And the message she gave me was, not only you will get the grace, you have to share it. That's why I call myself a mailman. I deliver mail. So whatever she told, I shared with you in the past 25 years. Some mantras I don't, because she said to do that, to collect data from me to share, you have to have certain ability. That comes from mantra, yantra, and tantra. Now, how do I get mantra? She can give me. But yantras, it's very unique. Yantras are not just lines, the triangles and squares and lotuses. They are the way they imprint that deities in it. Sri Chakra has 65 crores of Devata. 65 crores is more than 320 million. It's 650 million. More than what Vedas say. Those are all cosmic energy of one divine, which is Divine Mother. We call her Adi Parashakti Karumari. Karumari is a beautiful term. You know why? Because now we are finding out the visible universe is only 5%. The other 95% consists of dark energy and dark mass. She is the one who controls it, 95% of the universe. She is everything, but that name is a beautiful name. Karu is black. Mari is transformation from Nirguna to Saguna. Without that, there's no relationship. If you don't have Saguna form, that's the reason why we have so many forms, so that we can connect to that. Thank you. So she said, you have to share. And then they can explore and experience me. Exploration, experiencing is very unique. Vasishtha Maharishi asked for that, and she won't give it to him. Then he went and asked, a long story. Then at the end, Mahasaraswati takes him to Vaikuntha and lets him see how the creation takes place. We don't have the time to go into it. You want to move it forward? Huh? So the sharing experience is what I'm doing now. And that will come, because your destiny is that, otherwise you won't be here. You know the word Aum, not Om, Aum, A-U-M. To me, right now, that is asset under management. Aum, Aum. That's very important. Look at Steve Jobs, 20 billion worth of Apple stock he had. In 1 minute it's gone. There's nothing left. No asset left. He left. It's going to happen to us. Time goes very quickly. 100 years is like I look back, and the day that scroll was revealed to me is 50 years. It seems like yesterday. Same thing will have happened to you. So anyway, coming back to asset under management, we have to use it properly so that we can carry it. Otherwise you cannot. You're done. Once the mind, body, intellect, ego level drops, which it will, next to taxes, that's the only thing you cannot escape, death. But we would not die. We are eternal. We are immortal. If we relate to the Atman. And that ability she will give you. You can keep moving. The next slide. This is a Tirthapira. Many gurus who came to our temple refer to our temple as Tirthapira because they felt the Yakshinis, the Mohinis, the Vidyadharas, the Gandharvas, all the cosmic energy which she has transcended to reach us. And we are also energy form. We are higher than lower beings. So anything inorganic, organic, the sentience exists, but the different level of sentience, we would not relate to that. So she has all that from Devas, the highest energy, then to many Devatas. Naga Devata in our temple is very active. We're going to have a special sannidhanam for her. It'll be beautiful, the way she wanted Naga Devata to be made. So everything she made is very meaningful for us, so that we can receive. And Naga Devatas are very active in our temple. All of them are very active. The most helpful to us to go to that world, which is a cosmic higher world, nominal world, is Pitrus. And we forget quite often we forget to think of them because they are one who lived and transited. They might have come back as anyway human or whatever, but a part of them exists in that part, and we have to think of them because they're traveling. We are traveling and they are traveling. We have a karmic, good, bad, whatever. They don't have anything. When they left, they are zero, and they are traveling, and the travel is very hard in that world. So we have to think of them. So wouldn't that be logical for us to go to that world, to know about the cosmic world, to know about the devatas, devas, all the intermediaries, so that we can travel through them and reach Mother? Ultimately, that is self-realization. We're going to go back to her. We will. I may take 1 billion years, you may take 500 million years, whatever time is, we have time. There's no time once you leave this mind, body, intellect shell. So all these intermediaries she has given to us. Again, very logical, it's very scientific, because the separation is too huge, trillion vibratory separation. The difference between our vibration and Mahamaya Karmariyambika vibration is trillion. There's no way we can even think of. We are sense-based organisms. Our knowledge, our connection stops with senses. But this is super sensual. This is super physical, high vibratory. That's why you don't see them. In our temple, I feel them. Many of you, luckily, your Kundalini is awakened at our temple. So you come and tell me, and I feel very happy that you are able to see them and feel them and communicate with them. That's a huge thing to do, be able to do that, because the separation is too huge. Because of her kindness, because she constructed it. It's her house. We are the guests. That is a fundamental principle of our temple. Now she's going one more step, second step, where she'll bring many more. More than that, the energy, it'll be possible to communicate with them. I don't know how to put that. In other words, ultimately it's all awareness and the perception. If you're not aware of them and perceive them, they don't exist. That'd be sad. So much grace she has given us. And so much. And she, to that end, she has given us that story of Raja Gopuram. The Gopuram is a wrong word. This is sannidhanams. We did pranapatishtha. That means mantra, yantra, tantras were done for each deity. So they're very energetic. And one of them, I don't know if you see it, is Shakti Garbha. I'm saying it today because Easter is coming. And Shakti Garbha is, there it is. See how beautifully she designed it. Because she knows we won't be able to do Abhishekam. And the deities need continuous affection, continuous reverence, continuous connection. If you go and don't do those rituals, they won't be pleased or they won't be able to communicate with us. So she said, you make this. And that object, it looks just like in the Jewish tradition, the Ark of Covenant, that's the Ark. And she made me meet the sages, the Siddhas, to obtain the 63 herbal energies. Those are very difficult to get. I know some of them, I was there. Early morning, 4:30, you got to go and catch them. Anyway, lots of needed energy. And she made sure I get them. And this is buried. You can't see it. Underneath Lalita Tripura Sundari, Raja Rajeshwari, in the Gopuram entrance, you see in the left, it's underneath her. Then mother said, let them also see it. So make another one. That means I got to find those siddhas to find those energies. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know if she wants it, it'll happen. Even this sannidhanam, we want to do it by Navaratri. Navaratri comes earlier this year. Be more challenging for us last week of September. So I was telling my executive, I can tell you we cannot do it. Then I can also tell you, she will do it. When she says, many miracles we have seen, this will be another miracle. There's a lot of work to do the sannidhanam. You will see the picture, very detailed. It will take probably a year just to do that sannidhanam. It's a magnificent sannidhanam. If you are blessed and if you're fortunate, we will complete it by Navaratri and we'll have a wonderful Navaratri. So that is Shakti Garbha. You've never seen it. And then in the entrance, you see all the important aspect of her and you should look at it. One side you see Lalita Tripura Sundari, then you see Balai. Balai Tripura Sundari is very active. When I say active, they're always active. I'm able to feel, so I say it's active. Because she plays with you. Lalita Tripura Sundari is very serene and you immediately have that respect. It just causes some separation when you have so much awe. It's awe. But Balai plays with you and she's represented. And it's not that she's less vibratory. They will say is a childlike aspect, younger aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari. But these are all our concepts. So we give a form and a name and the logic behind it. So Bala aspect is very, very active. So when you enter the Rajagopura, you look at her and say, I'm clean. Saum is a mantra. Those bijas she likes. So say that. So I'm just using this as an example. How kind, how affectionate, how much she should love us to be able to do all this. Like a child, she takes us step by step by step. Those past 25 years, I know Dr. Keski had come a few times with me to India, and it's a very, very difficult process. But how do you find the siddhas? How do you find a person? Because to do a yantra, that person should be able to communicate. When I say communicate, I mean connect to that particular devata. And then just like a software program recording, they record that energy and imprint that energy into the yantra. That means how much that sage has done enough to be able to know that deity. And then he imprints it. So correct yantra should have all that. And I would not be able to even know who can make it. But luckily she sent a guru whose portrait is there. He was a master yantra maker. And for him to come here and give that, and then he also gave his yantra, which was given to him 100 years ago, probably, or 90 years ago. All this kindness comes because she wants us to reach her. She wants us to communicate with her. She wants us to know her. She wants us to reach her. To that end, this temple came about. So when I again go back to asset under management, think of it. Otherwise, how else can you spend that asset, whatever asset you have? And that young man was asking how much money we have in the bank. And none of you knew how much account. I knew, because I know how much I owe. That information I have. I didn't want to tell him that, make him feel bad. Okay, next slide. This is the mother's main sannidhanam would be. That will be a long process because it's all granite. And these things are very, very difficult to imprint and proper coloring it, all that. So it's a lot of work involved. I also want to know, we say Karumari is a beautiful mantra itself. Ka is a bija for Brahma Saraswati. Ru is a bija for Rudra and Rudrini. Ma is a bija for Mahavishnu. The most important bija there is Re. Re is a ring arm, my seat of the soul. The vibratory energy constantly vibrating, which is what gives me life, which is what keeps me alive. That bija is ring arm. We say ring arm, everything we will say M, we'll add M to that. Re bija. So that is what me is. And then I invoke them, I say them. It's a very simple mantra. Om Karumari. I say it all the time. Every minute I say it, I invoke her. And then I feel myself, the self vidya comes because it reaches my seat of the soul. It's ring arm, it's vibrating, so I connect to that, I know it. And with that comes lots of nice, because you become universal. The separation is cut down slowly, so everyone becomes part of you, not just human. Even animals, they become very kind because they're life forms. In them, she exists. Because once I asked her, what can we do for you? You are the universe. You have not created the universe. You are the universe. You're part of the universe. What can I do? What can we do? Because you're telling me to convey information to them. She said, no, tell them to help any life forms, because I exist in that as a ring arm. So if they do that, then they are doing things for me and for them, because I exist in every life form. And that's a beautiful concept. And that also makes you a nice person, because you don't discriminate. Your family is just not your wife and your immediate family, or your neighbors, or your city, or your state, or your race. No, everything becomes part of you. You become a universal person. That's a great gift. It takes many, many lifetimes. Krishna Bhagavan told Arjuna, you lived almost 840,000 times, almost 1,000,000 times to reach the stage. And now you're questioning me and asking me, should I kill my gurus, my family? And I'm telling you, that's a dharmic act, and do it for dharma. And then he shows his Visvarupa. Then he sees whole battle is over already while he's arguing with Krishna Bhagavan. To show that he has done everything, we are just repeating it for our own growth. The travel, we repeat the travel. And then only Arjuna, believes him because he showed it. We believe him. We believe Krishna Bhagavan. Whatever he preached, we know intuitively they're absolute truths, they're the deepest truths. But he wanted it because that job he was given is a hard job. To kill his gurus, his cousins, that's a very difficult thing. So he questioned and questioned and questioned. At the end, Krishna Bhagavan convinced him. So that's a bija, and that's a wonderful sannidhanam. I look at it and say, when we see that, once it's completed and you see it, it'll be an unbelievable sight. The whole temple, all the things we are going to do with her direction, it'll be unbelievable. She has given us a wonderful house already, but now she is taking it. The reason is, all this help us to believe in something and to be able to connect. All the rituals we do, they're very meaningful. Abhishekam is very meaningful. So every time they do Abhishekam, I'm connected to them. I'm doing it. Every one of you, when you see the Abhishekam, remember, she takes it as you doing it to that deity, personally, even though the priest does it. That is the concept in our temple. So when you do the Abhishekam, think hard, connect. It's all mind game. Think hard and connect it, and that deity would wake up in you. It's already there. Every deity existing is in us. They're very dormant. We don't even know they exist. We have to wake them up one by one and keep traveling. So our travel doesn't stop with the human. We'll have a short interval, then we come back, and the second level of ascension starts. That's what you call nominal world or Devaloka. So your destiny is to go to Devaloka. And that will be Venkateshwara Sannidhanam. Look at the artwork, and this all granite, pure granite, and the artwork is beautiful. It'll look magnificent. You would immediately feel connected to Balaji. What's the next one? Yeah, Hanumanji, she wanted for you, Panchamuga Hanuman is very, very energetic. So we are going to install, do you have a picture? Oh, there it is, Panchamuga Hanuman. Because Hanumanji is Shiva Shakti. Hanumanji is his tail Shakti and he is Shiva, and he came to show the humility and to introduce Rama and Sita. But he is Shiva Shakti, very powerful, a powerful aspect of cosmic energy. So it'll be beautiful. We have not done it yet. We are going to start doing it. So there's a lot of work involved, but once we've done it, we will get the benefit. All of us will get the benefit. And the GoPro would be this, like this size. And Rakesh goes to Stapati. He's going next month. You're going to Stapati back. We got lots of connection. We have communication. We have to have. And even the Stapati's story I didn't tell you. When we chose, it took 2 years. He said, "You choose the Stapati." It took me 2 years to identify this. Then she tells me he's not qualified. Then I said, "Who is qualified?" "You make him qualify." You know what she said? "Do Vishwakarma Homa. I will give you the mantra. You invite him and do that homa, very elaborate homa, to bring our